Right, hello, people. Have I got my mic on, first off? Yes, I have. Good. Hello, guys. Sorry for being later than normal. Well, this used to be a normal time, didn't it? But, you know, the fireworks and all that jazz. It's gone quiet again, but I have a feeling they're going to start up, like, halfway through the stream. So let's just get on with this. Gonna be doing the same as always. That's good to hear. But hello everyone. I've already made a start at least with the pick I have in mind, and also if this goes south I've got another one here, which I've been cheating a little bit, as you can see. Oh, won't show that yet. See, I've actually sort of like put this underneath. There's this one as well, but I'd not focus on that. This one, let's do this. Yeah, hopefully the fireworks won't start up again, and neither will the dogs. That's why I was a bit reluctant to do the stream tonight. But I just hope they don't start up again. So I better get on with this. Basically, it's a rework of this. You know how, if you've been here the last few streams, you know what I've been doing, so doing more of that. Right, any comments that I've missed first? I think I have. Stop the clickbait. Does Layla go Super Saiyan and defeat the shampoo monster? What? I don't think that will ever happen, because I don't think Toei Animation would be happy if I did that as a story. I guess I could if I won a lawsuit. There we go. But anyway, let's get on with this. I think I'm up to date with the comments now, so. See here, I actually consider this is 2009, by the way. Again, this picture. I can't believe how experimental I was with perspective back in the day. I very rarely do this now. It's actually quite of an eye opener. I need to go back to doing this sort of thing. No, Jack. Hello, Emmy. If you can you try and talk in English, please, on here? Because, well, I don't really need to tell you, because I know you. I can trust you, I think. But if you can, try and speak English, please. But, hola. I know that much. I hope you're doing well though. Hello, Candle. Well, as you can see, I've left all. Have I said this already? I've left this part of the process out, mercifully. For you. See, I do care about making these a bit more interesting. I just think this part of the process is boring, so I try and leave it out. Also, this one in particular wasn't that interesting at all, because I just basically, not necessarily traced over it, but I put this layer under here as like, see what I did wrong. It did make life easier. Of course, I'm entitled to trace over my own work. Tracing over others, though, is a bit. Is that, well, I'd say you shouldn't do it. But if it's your own work, then there's nothing wrong with it, right? Hey Garth, I'm doing right, thanks. Well, besides the fireworks that have been going off and delaying my stream, that's it. I'm good, thanks. What music do I like? I can't really pinpoint what kind of music I like anymore because I just listen to stuff. If I like it, I like it. It doesn't matter what genre it is. But I mainly stay away from all the mainstream stuff. Like, I can safely say that doesn't. Most of the stuff you see on like YouTube trending, or songs like that just don't appeal to me at all. You like 70s porn music. I like the Driver soundtrack, if that's what you're trying to say. Which, according to some people on here, it sounds like porn music. Like I said before, the kind of music that plays on this stream is not necessarily something I listen to. It's only just so, I don't know, to sort of set the atmosphere, I guess. Only because people were asking to add music to these streams. Also, I've got to pick music that doesn't hopefully get the copyright popo knocking. I listen to a bit of video game music, but not a lot of it though. I should probably flip this again. And hopefully if all goes well, I'll be cleaning these up and colouring both of them. If I get to this one, that is. It's just a backup drawing. I mean, if you asked me 10 years ago what kind of music I was into, it was just rock. All genres of rock. Yeah. I can't imagine the 70s pornos are any good. It'd just be mostly hair on the camera, I can imagine. I think I've said this before on stream, but 10 years ago I was obsessed with Muse, but now I don't care for them at all now. If to be honest, they peaked years ago anyway, in my opinion. Radiohead as well, though. Again, I don't think they peaked a little bit too early, in my opinion, with is it OK Computer? And like all the albums around that era. Do they still make decent music? Every now and then. There's a couple of songs I like. There's. Is it Lift? Only because it sounds like it's from it could be in the Bends or something. Mercy. See, I'm trying to remember if that's a song I like or not. If it's one of their songs from their earlier albums, then yeah. I think I'll make her sleeves a little bit shorter. They're not that long. I can definitely see how wonky her face is here. See, she's maybe like sort of... I should probably close Steam actually. I'll be using up my CPU. See here, Crow, it's meant to look like that she's sort of hunched over a little bit. I must admit, this is actually quite difficult trying to show that. Even here, in our current time. It just shows I used to experiment a lot more all those years ago. I think I need to start doing this on the stream in the future. Start experimenting with perspective, because I don't really practice on like that sort of thing anymore. So I think I might have to do some streams where I'm just messing around, just sketching, practicing. In other words, an excuse not to try on stream. Lost in the ultimate character arc. See, I used to listen to a bit of Aerosmith. Because Crow, I want to try and, you know, get the proportions a bit better. And also to tone that sort of thing down. Whether people like that or not. Also, back in the day, my anatomy, especially with females, wasn't that good, so I used to make them look very top heavy, in every sense of the word. Of course, a lot of people would think that's a good thing, but in fact, I'm pretty sure I'll show you. It's like here as well. The shoulders are too broad, and also they don't really connect here. At least I can sort of see what I've done wrong. Thanks, Garth. It's only because Jack. Well, you know Guy Fawkes. Where it's called. Over here, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that holiday, well, celebration has gone. People will still do fireworks like weeks after. It's very annoying. Oh god. Not that stupid. Thanks, Crow, for saying that. But I think around this time I was watching Bleach. But at least it's the old drawing. That's okay. As long as the new one doesn't. As long as she doesn't look like her now. I used to find that character very annoying. She's like one of those sort of. Just one of those characters there to make sure that the main character doesn't die. And the damsel in distress as well. From what I remember, maybe her character improved over the Hector Mundo arc, where it was called, the one where she was getting kidnapped. Anyway, I'm not going to go into a conversation about Bleach. I want to forget about that show. Pardon me. Right, draw the eyes. Gotta make sure she doesn't look like a Bleach character. So I might change the expression a little bit here. Oh, she's a bit too wide-eyed here, it looks a bit creepy. And here she's too cross-eyed. Oh dear. See, what's this bit here? Oh yeah, I'm flipped, have I? I might have to go back on these eyes. Okay, I just realised they're two. Oh no, I suppose they can overlap. Make sure to save. Also, this bit here goes. But hopefully you guys can tell that she's sort of hunched over a little bit, that's why you can't see her neck. It's, to be honest, the perspective is a little bit odd here. I might have to move Joe a little bit so he's at a... to kind of give the illusion that he's sort of crouching down a little bit, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna fix the eyes in a minute. What do you reckon? Does she look like, as Crow says, a hunchback? Or does it actually look like she's hunched over? It is quite hard to tell, to be honest. Because it's only because of Joe, really. Like, I don't think I've made... I don't know. It feels like he should be hunched over as well, shouldn't it? Now that I think about it. Let's do a new layer quick. Maybe he should be... I think this is what the problem is here, is that he's not hunched over. Like, just a little bit. See, already that's starting to look better, I think. Yeah, I think the... yeah, I think that's what it is as well. So all that work for nothing, but luckily Joe is relatively easy to draw. Like maybe have his arm over? I think he should be hunched over a little bit though. It's because like here, if you stood like that, that would make no sense really, thinking about it. Yeah, he is taller, but only slightly, so... So maybe have him hunched over a little bit here. Maybe have this other arm, like, behind her, I guess. So I'm going to adjust some of this. Did quite good work on our collarbone here. I think I have seen that, Garth. I saw it years ago though. It's like it's really well done. Makes sense just to have a shoulders tool. Yeah, I think you might be right there actually. Like, have the arms in front of her chest, I guess. Yeah, I think this works better actually. So yeah, I was trying to just replicate what I drew here, but it actually hasn't worked. Which is kind of silly of me because, like I said, my anatomy wasn't that good back then. It's still not perfect now. I will add some shadow though. That will help later. And maybe the sleeves as well. Yeah, they need to be like that, I think. It is. Though for some people it's a breeze anatomy. But you know, if you want to be good at drawing, it's something you've got to master. Or at least grasp some sort of understanding. Okay, I'm going to rub that out. Because I don't think we'll need that now. Oops, don't want to rub that out. I'll connect these two together. To be honest, Jackie probably has no idea who I am. I watch his animations though. I mean, he does a good job at keeping up with the algorithm, to be honest. Because he does upload quite frequently, considering how long his animations are. Like I said though, I think I'm after February, definitely once I start this webtoon thing, I think I'm gonna be done with animation. To be honest, so maybe I will squeeze one more animation out before I'm done. Also, this arm here needs to be down here, doesn't it? Because of the perspective. Well, that's enough refining. Let's just do the cleanup. Also, that's on the wrong layer. That needs to be there. Yeah, I think that looks better now. Now that he's like hunched over as well. Well, let's go on with this, shall we? We've already been half an hour. I'm going to use G pen this time. I'll make this a bit bigger though, firstly. No, I'll still carry on streaming. I mean, I enjoy streaming when things go well. But animations, I think I'll be done. I won't have the time to do them anyway because the webtoon thing will be my full-time job. So I'd have no choice but to pack it in, which I'm absolutely fine with, to be honest. Like I said, I'm just sort of tired of struggling with animation. Struggling with, you know, trying to make a living from it. Also, the passion's just not... It's not really there anymore, to be honest, for animation. I love drawing, but I don't know. I mean, if the passion's not there anymore, why carry on doing it? See, I would have delved into the story time thing, but I have no interesting stories in my life I could animate. I mean, I could just make them up. Also, I know these people, you know, do what they gotta do to do what they gotta do to stay alive on YouTube. But storytime animations aren't really my thing, though. I've watched a couple, but they're just not really my thing. It's not really my kind of storytelling that I'm into. So even if I tried doing it, I just wouldn't be good at it anyway. I would just end up turning it into just another animation. If that makes any sense. Like, I wouldn't narrate over it like they do. I mean, it's quite cool that because of that, animation's starting to make a bit more of a comeback now on YouTube, which is cool. So it's cool that it's doing something positive to animation, because it's been pretty screwed over the past 5 years, I think. And of course, I can't wait. I'm just waiting until YouTube screws it up again. Or screws it over. In the process of this, I've managed to redesign Joe's nose. Chesticles. Is that what they're called these days then? I mean, that actually makes sense. Yeah, that's the thing though. They obviously do try and present it well, but you can see in places where they've had to compromise because they can't spend. I know that some of the more established ones actually hire other animators now, which is quite cool. But you can see some of the presentation has to be compromised now in order for them to keep up. Of course, back along on YouTube, that didn't matter. You could, you know, actually work on the presentation as long as you can to make it as good as you want it to be. But of course, that's not the case anymore. The only way you really can survive is if you have enough support on Patreon. That's another thing as well. I know a couple of people waiting on Patreon requests right now, but once again, when February comes around, I'll probably have to close that down as well. Yeah, it really did. Mind you, the reason it doesn't rule now is because they don't pay people. That's the thing, even the animators who've stopped now, I bet they'd still say they would prefer to upload on YouTube for that very reason. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's be honest, that's partly the reason why a lot of people don't do animations anymore. Like for me, that is partly the reason, but also at the same time, I've sort of lost the passion for it. Hello, Sana. Really love your comic. Thank you for that. It is kind of annoying I've had to go on hiatus though, but I'm looking forward to it. Relaunching it, obviously. Yeah, Newgrounds is still there. But it's kind of ironic now, in my opinion. It's gone back to being the better place for animations, despite the fact that you don't get paid for doing well on there. But it's nice that they actually acknowledge good stuff. I mean, I've been featured on there a couple of times, which is quite flattering. I've said this before though, despite the fact you don't get paid on Newgrounds if you do well, anybody who's starting out should definitely upload on there, because that's a good place to start growing your audience, in my opinion. Right, let's sort out this face here. I think I will have the eyes slightly widened. Hopefully she looks less stoned now. I didn't give her a nose. How cruel of me. It's because the problem is she's facing frontwards. Oops. I always find drawing noses like directly at the front is a bit annoying. What's that? Mouth is too low down. Yeah, I remember that time when Jack got that shout out. I think it's safe to say he's done alright for himself then. Just for the record, I don't know if he's changed his content, but he's probably a nice chap, Jack, but he makes some of the worst videos on YouTube in my opinion. Just shouts. I can't stand stuff like that. Just content where people are just shouting all the time. I mean, he's probably a very nice chap in real life, and that he's obviously putting it on. But God. Just my opinion though. Imagine if I was doing that every stream, just shouting all the time. Unless that's what you guys want. Yeah, but for me, Jack, just shouting all the time, like, that's not my... I don't see how that's humorous. I'm not saying, like... Well, it's basically what PewDiePie used to do, and now he hates that. I don't know, he's probably changed now, like, now that he's well established, he doesn't have to try that hard anymore, hopefully. But that's the thing, PewDiePie set the trend of that sort of thing. But at least PewDiePie admits that he was pretty bad. Yeah, PewDiePie, I don't really watch his stuff, but every now and then I'll see what he's up to, but he's a lot more tolerable. And at least he admits that, you know, back then he was putting it on and that it was just really bad content. But hey, if something sticks, I guess you got to carry on doing it, haven't you? Oh, he's got more political, has he? Oh. Maybe that's not so good. Because usually when YouTubers get political, it's not a good sign. Nice Sonic. Oh, Sonic's playing, is it? I can't hear it. It's the... Oh god, Marble Zone music. The best level in the Sonic universe, in my opinion. Why am I struggling with this hair so much? I think it's because I've done it wrong. I think this bit of hair needs to go a bit wider. This bit of hair, this outline needs to go... Oh, I didn't even follow. That's why. Oh, for God's sake, what's wrong with me? At this rate, I'm not even going to get this drawing finished. Yeah, I figured that much. Yeah, that's what it is. I prefer people who are a bit more genuine. Well, it depends what they're doing. If they're doing, like, you know... It depends. Yeah, they are, Sana. This is a drawing from 2009. And that's what I've been doing during the past few streams. I've been revisiting some old drawings. I like to think this one looks slightly better than the original. Hello Nate, thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well. I don't really like politics in general, to be honest. Makes me depressed half the time. Especially this Article 13 malarkey that's going on, which could end up actually passing through. And if that does, we're all screwed basically. Hopefully I'm protected with this Webtoon contract, but YouTube would go down the shitter, that's for sure. I'll try the best I can, Crow. Would you let your comment become a show, or would you let it... Oh god, no. Telling me the voice act is like the worst idea. Also, it's it's easier to insult the ears than the eyes. That's something that I've always kept in my head. And it's very true, to be honest. That's why I'm surprised you guys like my streams so much. sleeves aren't equal. Need to be about here, I think. Try not to shut down my computer. Why do I keep doing that? Also, this shoulder now suddenly looks really odd. Now that I've flipped a couple of times. Also, this forearm is... No, this forearm is too big. Pardon me. Sorry if you smell that. I think this might just be the one pick tonight, so it might be slightly shorter than normal stream. Because I started later tonight. I think I'll just do this picture and then we'll do this one another time. I mean, I'm surprised how long this one's taken itself. I want... Voiced by Tom Hanks. I mean, that would be good exposure, because whenever you slap a celebrity on something, it gets people interested. That's why they always, you know, mention that there's a celebrity in the movie, don't they? I mean, why do you think they got Tom Hanks to voice Woody in the first place? Not saying he's a bad voice actor, but you've got to make sure you got your celebrities. Where did I get inspiration? I think I answered this last stream, but if you've watched the anime called Love Complex, or was it called Lovely Complex? Basically inspired from that show. I mean, if anybody has watched that, you probably can see the similarities. And also, it's like the first rom-com anime I've ever watched, and probably the only one I've enjoyed. Like, I've watched a couple of them, and there's just the other ones I haven't really enjoyed. I think it's because I compare them to Love Complex. I mean, I haven't watched it in a few years now. I want to see, maybe it hasn't aged that well, but I don't know, I'll have to give it another watch. But yeah, that's the inspiration basically. Also, I think that cat looks god awful, but okay. I was about to say as well, actually, sort of on the right lines there, Jack. Some of the scenarios are inspired by, like, my times at school. The only difference is that, like with the bullying at least, that was sort of inspired by my times at school. Not because I got bullied, but you know, the people around me. Also, what is a trap? Enlighten me here. I have heard that come up every now and then in a YouTube comment, but what is that exactly? It just makes me think of Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. I have to know because you've called me it. Yeah, it's safe to say, Zana, that it's not exactly the most original concept. But you know, it's my particular take on it. Right, let's start colouring, I think. I think it might be, yeah. Should be good to colour now. We'll get rid of that. Oh, thanks. So basically you just called me a cross-dresser. Apparently. At least now I know. I don't like it when people call me stuff and I don't know what it is. Well, let's try and find some colour, shall we? Just gonna be lazy and grab these colours. I'll get rid of that one because we're not doing that one this stream. Because I've taken my sweet ass time on this drawing. Also, yeah, I'm missing something here. The hip is missing here. Yeah, luckily I didn't get bullied that much at school, because I think I've said this on stream before, but only because my brother was really well known at my school, and so because of that I didn't really get picked on. I got made fun of my hair, but that was it. Sorry, I wasn't taking offence to that, Sana. I was just saying. That's the thing. Sometimes you don't have to, like for me at least, to make an interesting story. You don't have to be completely original as long as the characters are good. Mainly, because for me, I think characters are the most important thing. If the characters aren't interesting, I try my best, then I'm not interested in the story. Simply put. Also, I know my my story writing abilities aren't that good, so I try and focus on characters as much as I can. It's a good excuse to use. Yeah, it's because I got like curly hair, and apparently that was something you got picked on for. Oh no, it was long as well. I used to be called Moped and all that. I mean, I didn't really take offence to it. I was like, wow, okay. Yeah, but like I said though, I went to an all-boys school, so you can imagine what that was like. Oh yeah, the gingers got picked on so badly. Funnily enough, there was a guy at my school as well, or a kid at my school, who used to hide his face over his hair and got picked on. I think it's safe to say he had terrible self-esteem. The worst one though, like, I wasn't friends with him, but there was one kid who, I can't remember what he had, but he had like some disease that was like killing him, not cancer, but he had like something wrong with his heart, and people used to bully him because of that. Like, how, like, he's probably dead now. This is kind of scummy people we had to bloody go to school with. So I think school for the most part is just shit. I made a couple of good friends, but at the same time I made some really bad ones as well. Right, can I start colouring now? I keep pissing around with the hair. Of course, after school, after I quote unquote graduated from school, I went to college. College is so much better. Pretty much got along with everyone there, even though people I wouldn't say I was friends with, but you know, people in the class and that, got on along with the teachers. I mean, the teachers at my school, like at school, were as blind as a bat when it came to bullying. And of course, at school you couldn't tell teachers, because you'd get bullied yourself, or, you know, as we would call it, dobbing them in. I mean, my mindset at the time was just the fact it wasn't any of my business, so I did almost get in a fight with someone though, and he was one of those bad friends that I was on about. Luckily I don't see him anymore, so I can't remember what it was over. Maybe they do crow, but I've never heard of it. What was I doing? I need to get Joe a colour. God, when was the last time I drew him? Was it this episode? It was. Guess we will reach the 1.5 hour mark easily, because for some reason I've taken so much time on this drawing. I think I've been a bit distracted by chat tonight. I think I'll keep this white. Oh, that's what I was looking for as well, was a tongue colour. Of course the cat's completely different. I used to draw it differently back then. I guess in certain parts of the UK people are into that sort of thing. South London probably. That'd be your best bet. Right. Let's add some shading because this looks unbelievably flat. See, for a drawing like this you've got to add shading. DK. I was meant to put dark there, but that just looks like I was trying to spell dick. Right, as she's hunched over here, I think, like, ooh, why is it that colour? I want it to be purple. Actually, let's see what this looks like. Well, that gives more of an illusion that she's hunched over now, just a tiny bit. Actually, how did I do it on this one? Not quite. See, that's how I used to shade. I used to shade in a way that I didn't think about where the light was striking. I don't think it's widespread. Again, I keep out of the news now. It gets too depressing. I'm going to put a bit of shadow here. Also get attacked by memes chat. I can just hear that. Once again, I'm not doing anything extravagant with the shadows, just fairly basic. Just to, you know, stop this picture from looking so flat. It won't be long till I go, guys, so I'm going to ask, once again, I'll try and keep this in mind, but is there anything, any suggestions I could do for next stream? Because sometimes I run out of ideas, so I just end up doing this doing one idea over and over. Also, Sappy, I got your message about the about your Patreon request as well, just so you know. It's gonna be pretty interesting doing that. I wish I could be like that guy. By the way, I didn't mean a specific character, just so you know. And no weird ships like that, please. I mean like a theme. As I always say, requests are for Patreon supporters only. You gotta listen to me, chat. Let's see how this looks. Save. Kinds of noise. Yeah, that might be a good idea. I'd have to think of a few characters to draw though, because if I just drew one character, the stream would be over fairly quickly. Unless I tried drawing it in my own style. Right, gonna do a couple of more things. I haven't done these methods in a while, so let's copy that layer. Right, how did I do this? I can't remember how I used to do this now. Go on the dark. Wait, no, did that wrong. Go on the dark layers. Select that. Go to this layer. Get rid of it. Go back to this layer. Go to this one. Remove it. Etc. etc. You'll see why I'm doing this in a minute. Well, hopefully it comes up on stream at least. Also, this little star thing, yeah, as it says clear, just so you know. I know it doesn't seem very obvious, but apparently that's what it does. It removes whatever's selected. I don't know if I've ever told you that. Oh, I should probably turn the colour margin up. There we go. I think that what we're doing. Now I'm going to drag this layer up here. Control G, brings up the Gaussian blur. And actually, it needs to be up here. Turn down the opacity a little bit. Right, some areas need erasing a little bit, so get the soft eraser. Here in particular, it's only because I didn't select the dark areas around here. I don't know if you can see, but it gives it a slight soft glow. It's probably hard to see for you guys. Move that back down. It's an effect I very rarely use in all fairness because it is so hard to see. Maybe if I change the background colour though, that will help. Right, what have I missed? Yeah, Dexter's Lab, maybe. Used to love that show. Samurai Jack as well. Actually, I might do Samurai Jack one day. I'll show you how I'll follow the methods I used when I did that animation. Also, that just reminds me, I need to contact that guy about the copyright claim. Guy Fawkes masks. We'll see. If I need to, once again, I need to go back on some streams and look at things you guys have suggested. I'm just going to grab the smooth watercolour here, soften some of the lines here. Not all of them though, like the creases in the clothing. Just a little bit. That's too much. Do it again. I can't believe this took me so long. We'll see, but those are some interesting suggestions. I think what I might do though is go back and redo some old fan art that I've done on DeviantArt. I think I basically attempt what I did a couple of streams ago, but hopefully do it a bit better. Also, no crow. What else is missing here? Oh wait, just gonna grab a soft eraser here. Just gonna fade this a bit. Do that again, but a bit better, maybe. Well, you gotta be careful here, because that makes it just like he's got a sweaty armpit. Maybe I'll fade this bit as well. Actually, no, I prefer it just like that, actually. Right, couple more things. I know it's slightly shorter stream. I do aim for the hour-and-a-half mark though anyway, so it's only because I started later than normal. Luckily the fireworks did disappear. Thanks, Jack. I don't think oh, draw pile. Someone mentioned that in the last, like, in another stream. Gotta maybe do something like that. I was gonna do Joe's eyes then, but I just remembered he ain't got any. What a plot twist. Right, that'll do for tonight, guys. Relatively simple pick that for some reason took so long to do. I think I was distracted by chat. People suggesting the weirdest things. Yeah, I'll try and get to your request, by the way, Sappy. I don't think I'll do requests on stream anymore. I need to concentrate on those a bit more. Right, that'll do for tonight. Oh, the fireworks are going off. That's good timing, isn't it? Next stream will be either Monday or Tuesday, as always. I was going to say something, I've completely gone. The best and saddest things to watch these ones. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get popular, Jack, doing these streams. Like, these streams are slowly killing my channel, if anything else. Alright, everybody's got to go now anyway, so that's a good time to leave, I guess. So I'll see you guys Tuesday. See you later, guys. Thanks for supporting, as always. See you around. Alright, see you later. Thanks, y'all. Time to fade out now. Laters.